Hey, it's Eric up in Minnesota. I'm going to make White Castle sliders today. We do have White Castles in our area, and I've had them my whole life, so hopefully this will be good tips on how to make it. The first thing you saw there was dehydrated minced onions. I used a third cup of the dehydrated onions and then 2/3 cup of water. It's 2 to 1. Then you roll out the hamburger really thin and you make it into squares about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Then you find something to make 5 holes in these tiny little sliders. I used a Dairy Queen knife. I tried a straw and it was too small, so that worked a little bit better. And really, I wish I would have chilled the hamburger before, not after, or before and after, but once you do that, you put it in the fridge. The onions now have rehydrated. You throw it on a hot skillet and you spread them out real flat. The hamburger also was in the freezer for about 20 minutes. You take the hamburgers then, you lay them on top of all that. You use the water and everything in the onions. You stick it on there so they start to steam. Make sure that the hamburger is all over onions. Then you add salt and pepper. There are a bunch of recipes out there where you add all this other stuff to it. White Castle says it's 100% ground beef, and frankly, some of the stuff, peanut butter, come on, people are allergic to peanut butter. They're not putting that in their burgers. Anyway, another thing is I haven't seen anyone put cheese on their White Castle burgers in any videos, so this is how they put cheese on it. If you haven't seen the White Castle sliders with cheese, put the cheese on top, and then they have a special way of putting their buns on so they steam. You put the bottom on top, and then the top on top of that, like bricks. And then the steam and the onion and the cheese and the burger and it all goes up, and everything starts to get really soft. And the burgers and the cheese start to stick to the burger like that right there. And you can tell on the side. I actually got a couple of these to medium rare medium, even though they're so thin. So for me that was awesome. Here you just take it off. One thing is you do knock off some of the onions. I watched the corporate video and that is with a lot of the onions knocked off. I had a good pile. They put 1 pickle, mustard, and ketchup you have to ask for when you go there. So that's an add-on at White Castles. And here.
Alright, I had 7, but now I have 6 sliders. It's the dehydrated onions for sure. It tastes exactly like White Castle. The bun is soft, like you just took it out of the bag. It's all, or the box. This is the same as if you went to the drive-thru. Mine might be a slight, tiny bit thicker. Nice and soggy. Proper slider.